Here you can see our solar system being delivered. We ordered this system a few months ago, so it's pretty exciting to see it finally show up. It's a 11 kilowatt skid-based solar setup from SolarSet. Everything arrived pre-mounted, pre-wired, which meant I could focus on building the house instead of taking on another major project. So our property is about a mile from the nearest power line and the nearest neighbor. And we were quoted around $150K from the power company to bring in grid power. And it made the decision pretty easy, so we had to go off grid. So at first we looked into designing and building our own system, but after weighing the cost, time, complexity, it seemed like the SolarSet product offered a nice middle ground, a lot less DIY work, a little bit cheaper, and still flexible enough to meet our needs. So this system includes two EG4 18K PV inverters and a battery bank made up of 10 5 kilowatt hour batteries. This should give us enough for 2 days of autonomy, and then we also did add in a propane generator so we can cover longer stretches without sun without worrying about it. So delivery was smooth, install went straightforward. We got the solar panels all set up and deployed, and we're pretty excited to finally have power on site. So here you can see the installer driving in one of the earth anchors. So instead of doing a concrete pad or a concrete footer, we went with a combination of these earth anchors. I believe it is 36-inch ones along the back and then 24-inch ones along the front. So here you can see the installer testing out the pull-out strength of one of the larger earth anchors. You can see it held whatever 5,000 psi inside of a 2-inch cylinder is, so it's many thousands of thousands of pounds of pull-out force. So here's where he's using a little mini skid steer to drive in those earth anchors, and he did 4 across the back, and then I want to say it's 3 smaller 24-inch earth anchors along the front.
That one tight. We'll probably just go a couple more cranks and then we'll just put our pressure on these probably work. Cool. Now we can just push on these chains right here.
I'm out here tonight doing a walkthrough of the SolarSet 11.6 kilowatt system that we had got installed it'd be last week. I've got up on this gravel pad here. So one of the changes I made at the last minute is I had them go with 2 inverters. Figured this might be kind of nice as we build out the property. It would give us up to, I think it's 24 kilowatts of power. And then we can also, importantly, add about, I think it'd be almost 5 more kilowatts of power. 2 battery cabinets here. And then we went with the generator, and it's about $10,000 instead of extra batteries. So we'll have a little less autonomy, but then we also don't really have to worry if we run out of storage. We have a generator, so somewhere out here we'll have to get a propane tank. So we might end up using propane in the house. So I can pull out the keys here and open up. There we go. So each of these cabinets is set up the same. This one has 5 of, I forget what they are. Looks like they're, looks like 5 kilowatt hour batteries. From EG4, so each of these has 5 of them in here. You can see they kind of, I've seen these where they're stacked, they're kind of slid in, and it looks like these are actually stacked on top of each other, which was a little hard because in shipping, actually one of these screws here ripped out on the other cabinet. So in order to slide the bottom battery back, I had to actually lift up the 200 pounds of batteries at the start. There's 2 down there. I'll remove one, it'll be something that'll be kind of difficult to do myself. You can see them all chained together here. You have solar panels come in, all of the strings kind of combine, end up coming through, channel up here, pop down into this inverter here. And then also I believe one of the strings comes over into this inverter here. That comes through right there. Both inverters are hooked up to the batteries. They also got the generator will kick on demand when it's needed. And pretty much out of the inverters, power ends up right here at the disconnect. This is where I'm going to start working with the local electrician. From here, we're going to run power out, and we're actually going to do a kind of a, I guess it'd be a sub panel maybe on here that will have power for both the shed, so out over here, and then for the house that we're building over here. And then it'll also have a 240 outlet, so if I need to do some welding, which we need to do a little bit of as we for some of the rebar and for a steel beam that's inside the Faswall house, so we can actually get that done out here. And then also stock from here that comes with two 110 outlets, kind of nice, so we can start charging tools and stuff, being a little less off grid.